One of the most well-known fairy tales ever written is Cinderella. The original title of the story by Charles Perrault is Cinderella, or The Little Glass Slipper. He published the story in 1697, in French as Cendrillon, in his Tales of Mother Goose. The story is based on a folk tale present in a number of cultures throughout the world. The tale is about a young woman who is treated poorly and saved from her dismal existence. Let's take a look at some of the important morals and themes we can learn from this popular story. Cinderella was first considered to be a folk tale because it was a story originating in popular culture, typically passed on by word of mouth. These stories are commonly known for passing down beliefs and sharing morals with younger generations. A moral is a lesson, especially concerning what is right or prudent, that can be derived from a story. Here are a few of these important lessons from Cinderella. The first is kindness towards all matters. Even though Cinderella was seen as less than by others, she was good in her heart. Perrault says of Cinderella, "A young daughter, but of unparalleled goodness and sweetness of temper. She maintained her good temper throughout all of life's hardships and being treated as a servant." In fact, Cinderella bore it all patiently and dared not tell her father. No matter how much she was worn down or belittled, Cinderella showed kindness towards all. At the end of the story, Cinderella ends up with the prince due to her lovely heart. He liked her even when she wasn't wearing her beautiful ball gown. Cinderella teaches us kindness is a form of beauty, which will eventually be recognized. The second is forgive others for doing you wrong. In the story, Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters treat her horribly. They called her names like Cinderwench and Nasty. In addition, her stepmother employed her in the meanest work of the house. She scoured the dishes, tables, etc., and cleaned Madame's chamber and those of Mrs., her daughters. Even though the stepsisters and her stepmother treated her poorly, Cinderella kept a full heart. When her stepsisters realized she was actually the beautiful woman from the ball and apologized to her, Cinderella said that she forgave them with all her heart and wanted them always to love her. The third is don't let the bad things ruin your heart. Cinderella's mother died and her father remarried. This loss could have made her bitter and sad, but she still remained positive. In fact, she learned it from her mother, who was the best creature in the world. Her heart was true, even as life got difficult. In fact, Cinderella was no less good than beautiful. Some of the themes brought forth by the text Cinderella are now known as the most common themes in literature. A theme is defined as a central idea in a piece of writing or other work of art. From the idea of good prevailing over evil, or the impact wealth has on life, the themes of this folktale are essential in both life and literature. The first is good versus evil. It's standard in fairy tales for characters to go through the experience of good versus evil. Cinderella is presented as a good, kind-hearted character. She is almost too good. For example, arriving home, she ran to seek out her godmother, to thank her for the ball. Cinderella never once felt as though she deserved a godmother. She was simply thankful. To juxtapose goodness in the story, Cinderella's stepsisters didn't recognize her at the ball, and after the event, her sister Charlotte said, "Lend my clothes to such a dirty cinderwench as you are. I should be such a fool." Instead of being thankful after the biggest event in town, she is selfish and self-centered. Another central idea in Cinderella is the idea of luck being ever present in the way it may change your life. Cinderella didn't wish for a change, she accepted her lot in life. One day, without prompting, a fairy godmother showed up to transform Cinderella's life. They went to court, and Cinderella followed them with her eyes as long as she could. When she lost sight of them, she started to cry. Even after a godmother showed up, Cinderella didn't believe her luck would possibly change. After her chance to go to the ball, Cinderella's luck continues to hold. She spends the night dancing with the prince, loses her glass slipper, and finds the man of her dreams because of the missing shoe. The theme of luck being able to change your life at any moment is present throughout Cinderella. The tale of Cinderella, or The Little Glass Slipper by Charles Perrault, is defined by morals and themes presented in the story. It was written as a folk tale because it was a story originating in popular culture, typically passed on by word of mouth. Cinderella presents morals or lessons, especially concerning what is right or prudent, that can be derived from a story. It centers around many themes or central ideas in a piece of writing. Cinderella teaches the morals of kindness towards all, forgiving others for doing wrong, and never letting bad things ruin your heart. The themes of the story are good versus evil and luck changing your life.